Good morning, gardeners. Got some bloomers here. Sherry baby, let's smell it. Yeah, I'm not getting too much right now. And the Schrumbergia. There's the tip. A little leaf fell off of it, a little something fell off it yesterday, so that had me a little concerned. But look what I've got. I should have got this a couple days ago, but got busy. It looked like it had two others that were going to bloom, but they've turned dark. Oops, sorry. So I guess we're only getting that one. It's from St. Pete Orchid Farm, and that's what it is. And I had a lot of healthy new growth on my gold digger, which is the plant that got attacked so badly by scale a few years ago. I thought it was dead and I put it outside, kind of living on its own because I was afraid of it a little bit. And it kept going, so it's been invited back into this screen porch like a year ago maybe. Well, it looks like there's still some blooms left. Although some of them, see, have damped off. They did that last time too, that it bloomed. Last time it actually had two spikes and I accidentally broke one and then the others damped off. All right, so I know the lighting is so much brighter outside than in the screen porch. We really cleaned up our backyard, can you tell? We had to take that big palm tree out because it's matching one fell during Tropical Storm Nicole. And then this one kind of had a list on it. So we just said, you know what, we better take that down. It's 28 feet tall. I enjoyed it for 20 years, but it was too risky. Because that size can hurt a person. I don't know, maybe we should cut this off and replant it with the rest. Oops, did you hear that? We had big storms last night. That's my project I'm about to start. I brought my gloves, got my gardening shoes on. Yeah, some nice green tips there and there. Let's see. Somebody else was up to something in here. I can't remember what. I haven't watered yet today. About to do that. We got like 2 inches of rain last night. So I don't have to water everything outside. Oh, the dendrobium's outside. I'm scooting through the screen porch. Through the screen, so. Anyway, still blooming. Not sure why, it's not fall. But hey, whatever. So I actually broke off one of my grape tomato plants. So I heard that if you stick it in water, it will root. And by golly, it sure did. So I can put it back out, which is good because while it's been in here in the water, it made 2 little baby tomatoes. So I gotta get that planted today too. Let's get a close-up of the crinum. It's not all the way open. They smell so good. I need smell-o-vision. All right, this is the big cactus one. And the other cactus one. Yeah, these are they get a lot of sun, but then they get shade in the afternoon too. Actually, I was going to try to propagate these, but I decided not to. They're just so leggy that I don't think they'd be good propagation material. Yeah, everything got wet that was left out here last night. We're real bad at leaving stuff out, including the dog beds. And then this one gets a bit more shade than the others. So those are my pot gardens. Okay, this guy will get in the ground today. I need to quit talking and do that, huh? Let's see what's going on over here. Okay, that one lettuce is coming up. All I did on romaine lettuce when we ate it is chop off the bottom, put it in water. It grew leaves on those 2. Got 2 more in the kitchen window. So, and I put it in dirt, and one seems to be thriving, one doesn't. I got some looks like baby tomatoes there. And this one is not a grape. These are regular tomatoes. Coming up. Somebody ate my grapes. So no grapes. It's okay. Oh, here's a bunch of grape tomatoes right here. Yeah, I don't see any, so far nothing on the peppers. There's some more grape tomatoes down there. And I got to pull all these ferns out of here. All the way down. They have just completely engulfed all the other plants that are in there that are trying to survive. Like there's a peace lily, amaryllis, another peace lily, amaryllis. It is important to me that those survive because they are funerary plants. Honestly, they're memorial plants to family members. So, yeah, the ferns seemed like a good idea at the time. They were just coming up, so I said, oh, let me help them. And moved them to a better spot. I know, this is the ugly part of the yard, but I'm working on that. This is going to end up being a plumeria forest. I also have 2 pepper plants in the front porch. I don't know how they'll do in there, but I had more than I needed because you buy a little 6 or 8 pack of them. And this is a house plant from the office where I used to work that was dead. I think it had bugs or something and they were throwing it out. I grabbed it, but it was a mess, as was this. But this was just one single little skinny stalk with barely any leaves at the time. Now, I haven't done a lot for these. I just put them out here and said live. And that's remnants of when I had a succulent garden. But yeah, thought, you know, at least the office was throwing these plants away. So apparently after I left, all the plants died or were taken home or given away. Nobody wanted to take care of them anymore. My staghorn fern's gotten pretty big since it's finally found the place in the yard where it wanted to live. And I put an oncidium in the top because I saw someone else do that right there. So we'll see what that looks like with a blooming orchid in it. So I videoed my pot gardens earlier today. Everybody tells me quit calling them pot gardens. But that video didn't turn out when I made all the videos. So here's one of them. Yeah. And that's another piece of that cactus that fell. There's all kinds of pieces of it over there. Won't go away. And then the other one, oh boy, it's so sunny now. I had another plant there, but I planted in the ground since this morning. Yeah, so this got moved from, I think, the front yard. I don't know. Anyway, we cleaned out the whole front beds, and I planted that this morning. Some of the plumeria, and then that croton back there is just the piece I stuck in the ground. It's probably not going to take. I don't know why I did it. And then these oyster plants had taken up the sides of the garden. A lot of plants had taken up the sides of the backyard, and the dogs couldn't walk around very well. So I went and cleaned all this out. And yeah, this big croton was almost by my front door. Not croton, crinum lily, sorry. That's another piece of croton. And I said, oh, let me stick a little piece of it in the ground as I trimmed it back. And there's another one of the plumerias I stuck in the ground. I'm surprised they still have leaves on them, frankly. And then there's a baby one. And then that little hibiscus. And a matching hibiscus is over here that I planted this morning. That I had just had it as a potted plant for a bit. Another one of the plumerias. And another one of the crinums that have been relocated. Oh, my mom had this pot of this. It's a big long pot. And it's been on the side of the house for a couple of years. I forgot all about it. And so, I don't know. I'm going to leave it in there for now, but I may just plant it on the grounds around here. I don't remember how much it spreads out. But anyway, my point is over here that after they cut this palm tree down, as you can see, the bricks are on it, I wanted him to plant one of these, the bigger one. And he said, oh, we can't plant back here because of these roots. There's a 6-foot root ball. You can't plant nothing. And I was like, yeah, okay. So anyway, after they left, I went and got one of the baby one of these. I knew I could plant a baby one, although now I'm thinking it's awfully close. It'll have to have its edges sheared off probably. And today I planted that, and that is a little work, but I did it. I knew, you know, if you want it done, there's always, if there's a will, there's a way, is the saying, right? So, yeah, and then he planted one right here. Yeah, I don't remember where this one was, but it was somewhere where it didn't need to be. So now I've got Plumeria crinum in like 4 places in the yard because I like symmetry. And look at Minnie. Yeah. I think stuff is dried out finally, the dog beds and stuff. They like to lay out in the sun. And then we're moving, there'll be one more pot there that we're moving. There's a sago palm on the side of the house that will move over here because I don't want the dog to get into it and I don't want it to grow to be big, so I'm going to put it in a pot. And it looked really pretty right there with the weird foot planter from Cousin Erica.